Welcome to this exciting tutorial on using stable WarpFusion, the powerful GPU-based alpha-masked diffusion tool that lets you create stunning stylized animations using artificial intelligence. Whether you want to spice up your social media feed or add a unique touch to your videos, WarpFusion is the perfect tool for the job. Today, in this video, I'll guide you through the process of transforming your regular video into a visually captivating, stylized animation. Before we dive in, let me give you a quick note. WarpFusion is a paid product, and as it's still in beta phase, some settings might change over time. So, make sure to check the update logs before deciding which version works best for you. In this tutorial, we'll be using version 0.14. To get started, click on the attached file to download the notebook, then head over to Google Colab to run stable WarpFusion. If you're unfamiliar with Google Colab, don't worry. I'll explain the local versus online runtime options. You can run WarpFusion locally on your own hardware, which is a simpler option. However, for optimal performance, it's recommended to have an NVIDIA GPU with at least 16 gigabytes of VRAM. If you're unsure about your VRAM, you can check it by opening the Run commands, launching dxdiag, navigating to the Display tab, and checking the VRAM value. If your VRAM falls short, you might encounter errors during processing, so it's better to opt for the online method in that case. To use the online option, save the notebook to your Google Drive and create a copy with a new name. Then click on Connect to a hosted runtime to access more resources. If you're willing to invest a bit more, consider getting a Pro membership for even better access to resources. Once you have your environment set up, it's time to transform your video. Click How to transform a video to upload your chosen video. Keep in mind that the quality of your stylized output will heavily depend on the video you select. To get the best results, choose a video where the main subject is sharp and clearly separated from the background. Avoid videos with high motion blur, as they may not yield the desired results. For more interesting and engaging animations, select videos with movements, patterns, and textures. Both vertical and landscape videos will work just fine as input, so feel free to experiment with different formats. Next, we'll use an AI model to determine the look and style of our output. For this tutorial, we'll use the Dream Shaper model, which you can easily download and store in your hard disk or Google Drive. Later, I'll show you how to load this model into WarpFusion to apply its unique style to your videos. Now that we've set up the basic framework for our notebook, let's dive deeper into customizing the settings to create an amazing AI-generated animation. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's get started. But before that, make sure to subscribe to this channel and press the icon so we can introduce you to a lot more fantastic AI tools and bring you tutorials for them. After all, who doesn't want a little appreciation, right? Let's start with adjusting batch name and animation dimensions. Remember, small tweaks can make a big difference. Under the Settings tab, you have the option to change the batch name. This will help you organize your projects better, especially when working on multiple animations simultaneously. Additionally, you'll find the animation dimensions just below. It's essential to ensure that the aspect ratio matches that of your original video. For instance, if your video was 1080 by 1920, but you decide to use 720 by 1280, it still has the same ratio, but with a smaller resolution, which significantly reduces processing time. Now let's specify the location of your video. Simple right-click on your original footage, copy the path, and paste it inside the video input path. This will allow the AI to access the necessary data for the animation. Want to speed up the process even further? Right below the video input settings, you'll find Extract and Frame. Setting this to 2 means the AI will process every other frame, resulting in a jittery animation. However, it will cut the processing time in half. For smooth output, stick with a value of 1. To make the animation even more versatile, enable the Extract Background Mask. This gives you the power to decide later whether to keep or remove the stylized look from the background. Now scroll down and find the option to enable Force Flow Generation. This step is crucial for producing smooth and fluid animations. You also have the option to choose a specific model path, either the default one or the Dream Shaper model. Both work well, so choose the one that suits your preference. Before running the notebook, make sure to prepare the folders. When you click the play button, you'll be prompted to connect to your Google Drive. Simply select your account and click Allow. Wait a few seconds for the process to complete. Once it's done, refresh the folders list, and you'll see your Google Drive files. Navigate to Drive, then My Drive, and locate the AI Models folder. Right-click on the DreamShaper checkpoint, copy the path, and paste it inside the model path input. This sets the path for the model checkpoint. Time to give your animation a unique touch. In the non-GUI cell, you can modify the default prompts. These prompts are a series of words or phrases describing the desired output video. Moving on to the GUI cell, here you'll discover an array of settings that can be tailored to your preferences. The difficulty level allows you to choose the depth of customization. For now, let's stick with the default level and explore further. You can also link to a pre-created settings file, which is automatically saved in your Google Drive after each run. This way, you can reuse the same settings whenever needed. Once you're comfortable with the basics, you can go a step further and manually modify some settings. This allows you to experiment with various combinations, unleashing your creativity and producing remarkable results. WarpFusion allows you to specify precise start and stop frames using the frame range setting. This gives you full control over which parts of your video will be processed. And don't worry about connection issues interrupting your work. The Resume Run feature lets you pick up right where you left off. The video creation cell is where the magic happens. You can use the background mask video to apply styles exclusively to the subject, preserving the original background or changing it. This feature opens up endless creative possibilities, so feel free to experiment with different styles and themes. Is your video resolution not up to par? No problem. Use the upscaling ratio to enhance your video's resolution, giving it a polished and professional look. To run WarpFusion, go to the Runtime menu and select Run All. Be patient, as some cells may take a few minutes to process. If you encounter any errors, check the pinned comment for helpful resources to troubleshoot and resolve them. As the run progresses, you'll reach the GI cell, where you can easily adjust target prompts and other settings. Take advantage of the animation preview to see the frames and make any necessary adjustments. Boost your results by adding keywords and negative prompts. Now, pay close attention to two critical settings: Style Strength Schedule and CFG Scale Schedule. The style strength determines how much the AI alters the original video. For optimal outcomes, schedule the CFG scale to decrease by 5 steps between the first and second frame. Experiment with different values to find the perfect balance for your input. For more precise stylization, enable mask guidance and set the seed to -1. You can also experiment with fixed seed and fixed code settings as needed. Additionally, try decreasing the flow blend schedule to 0.5 for unique visual effects. Once your run is complete, it's time to export and create the output animation using the video cell. Remember to reset the upscaling ratio to 1 before running the cell to speed up the process. Locate your video in the batch folder on your Google Drive under the video folder. For an even more enhanced creative experience, consider combining WarpFusion with other tools like Luma AI. This powerful combination can lead to incredible and artistic videos that will surely captivate your audience. Now let's take another shot at video creation, but this time, let's enable the background mask. Give it a moment to process, and you'll see the style applied only to the subject, leaving the background untouched, resulting in a visually striking effect. I hope you found this guide helpful in mastering WarpFusion. If you use WarpFusion to stylize your videos, we'd love to see your creations. If you want more in-depth tutorials and exciting content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.